It is almost impossible to discuss John Frankenheimer's thriller The Manchurian Candidate without relating it to current American politics. The comparison is inevitable, not so much because of the film's critique of McCarthyist hysteria, but for its depiction of our political system as a garish circus. The film demonstrates all too clearly how bogus patriotism can be used as a fig leaf for greed, power hunger, and treason. The story centers on Raymond Shaw, Lawrence Harvey, brainwashed by the Soviets to be an assassin without knowing it. That McCarthy's communist bogeymen, the Russians and Chinese, are behind the action is almost incidental today. What still resonates is the way the villain's Baroque machinations resemble contemporary conspiracy theories, both in their complexity and duplicity. How plausible the convoluted action might have seemed to early 1960s audiences is impossible to say, but today it comes off as familiar because of its outlandishness. Like the fetid creatures they are satirizing, Frankenheimer and scenarist George Axelrod use confused exaggeration to distract from underlying mayhem. The film manages to thrill, despite the fact that Shaw is unattractive, the action fairly talky, and the issues rather abstract. The flamboyant execution keeps one step ahead of our skepticism, so that we are always struggling to understand what is happening, only to see any hope of a redemptive happy ending fade with each outrage. The filmmakers' ability to exploit this confusion as ably as their characters is the movie's most important message. The central characters in this cartoon world of American political theater are Raymond's mother, Angela Lansbury, and stepfather, Senator Iceland, James Gregory, twin faces of fascist demagoguery. Reducing serious political matters to slogans, posturing, and playing to the crowd, their political ideals are eventually shown to be the exact opposite of what they loudly espouse. Once exposed, their hypocrisy is candidate's bitterest crowning irony, but the Islands and Shaw are unquestionably the most memorable figures in the story. In fact, you could almost forget that the nominal stars of the film are Frank Sinatra and Janet Leigh. They do not exactly fade into the background, but they hardly dominate the action. For that matter, thanks to calculated eccentricities and absurdities, some of the smaller roles, such as Kai Dia as villainous Chinese psychiatrist Yen Lo, or John MacGyver as well-meaning Senator Thomas Jordan, or Harry Silva as Chun Jin, a Korean double agent, register at least as effectively as the stars. It would be comforting to patronize Manchurian Candidate as a slightly overwrought product of the times when it was made. That it came out the year before JFK's assassination is a grim reminder of the volatility of the post-McCarthy era. The film's imaginative treatment nonetheless produces something as powerfully relevant today as when it was made. Frankenheimer and company's unblinkered take on their times deserve at least as many points for prescience as for accuracy. With one shot, they score 2 bullseyes.